Alrighty, I think we got it. I think we got it. Thanks for staying patient, guys. I think we're about ready to go. I'll put on audio in a couple seconds. Enjoy the run.
Minute. Okay.
Hello, everybody. You can hear us? Oh, there we go.
Okay. Hold on. You just set the settings.
Okay, so I am
Hold on a
PX,
second.
and we're just doing settings right now.
Yeah, this game lets you the timing doesn't start until you confirm your settings, so you can set controls to whatever you like.
I never bothered tinkering with the default controls because I always liked it a bit.
PX, this is a PG-13 channel. Just
Huh?
I'm sorry, we're not allowed to swear. I'm just letting you know.
You saying something?
Okay. So, everyone's ready. Start the timer.
I'm ready. You're ready. Chat's ready.
Start the timer. Just hold on. Double check. Okay. Start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so let's introduce ourselves. I'm PX Micaiah, and
I am TranceQuina.
all right, Trance is going to be running the game. I'm just going to be commentating here. I used to run this game years ago. But Tales of Xillia has two storylines, two main characters you can start off with.
Kind of
There's
like
Jude, the male.
It's kind of like Star Ocean 2, where they let you play the game from the perspective of one or two protagonists.
Yeah. So you got Jude, who is the male protagonist and pretty normal anime protagonist, and you got Milla here, who is the incarnation of Maxwell, the Lord of Spirits. And the story starts off with Milla in a research center, and she is quite overpowered right now because she is Maxwell. She has the 4 great spirits at her command.
Yeah, so this whole run should be pretty easy, right?
Oh man, that was bad luck. They didn't line up in a row. No insta-kill. Also, it's really important you skip tutorials in this part of the run because they're slow.
Far too easy.
Oh, Milla's hair is a giant mess. It is great. So yeah, Undini makes short work of a lot of things.
Look at the size of this place. They must be working on something big.
Yeah, we're doing Milla's story here. Milla's story is shorter than Jude's story and quite a bit easier.
What is there to feel?
For the most part, anyways.
I don't think anyone's actually ever submitted an official Jude any percent to the leaderboards yet, but I'd like to change that.
Pretty sure there's been Jude runs. Aussie, I think, has done some. I'm not sure if you ever submitted a run. And here is the first boss of the game. I am air quoting the heck out of the word. Yeah, I'm air quoting the heck out of the word boss.
The Lord of Fire. I can't
But she's weak to water. And Undini just makes quick work of her. If you get lucky, Undini one-shots her.
And if you're really unlucky, she'll guard.
That's the worst. And then she'll die in 3 hits instead of 2.
Gotta be careful not to watch that tutorial.
Oh, this tutorial is the worst if you watch this. So bad.
So this is the Lily
So-
Morb, kind of like Final Fantasy X Spear Grid, where
Yeah.
basically as you level up, you gain GP, and then you use this orb to boost characters' stats and learn skills. But you can choose like what order you use stats and learn skills in. So I boosted Milla's intelligence and taught Jude Soaring Vortex.
Yes. In the beginning, we're only getting a few points at a time, so it's better to just manually everything, so we choose what we get. But later on, we're gonna have so many points, just auto everything, because there's no way. to
And
manage.
I just got caught.
Oh no.
Retreat.
Oof, that's rough. Also, there's a nice quick time save you can do in the entire run. If you manage to go the entire run without ever touching a save point, you save about half a second.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna be picking up a bunch of healing items at the beginning of the run because we need a lot of them.
Yeah, especially for some of the early bosses. I actually think the first hour of the run is the hardest.
Oh, definitely, right? Without a doubt. And then we get a certain old man, and the game becomes quite a walkthrough.
Yeah, but actually, that fight has gotten a little bit easier with a new strategy.
Oh, hammers down. So, plot story. There's a machine here that's designed to like devour. That's designed to like suck in spirits. So the 4 great spirits sacrifice themselves to save Milla. So now Milla no longer has the 4 spirits, and she goes from being actually God to unable to wield a sword. Quite silly in this tutorial fight if you try to ever attack, because she's limping, dragging her sword around, and does not know how to do a basic attack. But you can spam Windlance or Windblade. You can just spam Windblade.
Every character has their own like unique
I'm
battle
sorry to
skill.
have put you in this situation.
It's
Yes.
okay. Besides,
And
I
Milla's
Yes.
skill is that she can,
I'll show you to
instead
the
of
sea.
casting a long animation
Vermont.
part, you can
The
do
city
like
built
a
upon
short
sunrise.
animation
I
version.
must
After crossing the
Yes,
Central Plaza,
her
turn
arts have
right
2
at the
different
first
forms.
corner.
She can either use one as a straight up
The
magic
ski
spell, or
building
she
is
can
on
use
the
one as a
opposite
physical
side of the
technique.
city from here.
And in general, you want to use it as the physical form because it's just faster animation.
Well, now we do. But later
Yeah.
on, we're going to be spamming this long animation spell. In fact, we'll be spamming a lot of them.
And because thanks to the wonderful technology known as cutscene skip, we never have to watch any cutscenes.
Yeah, but I actually think sometimes it's actually faster to just mash through a cutscene, because some of the cutscene skips, like in the Coliseum, like they just ask, "Are you ready?"
Oh, right.
I wonder if I haven't timed it yet, but I'm wondering if like the lag on it makes it actually faster to just on some of them to because they then make the selection anyway after you
Yeah.
skip it.
Also, fun fact, but I'm pretty sure the Japanese version of this game runs faster. Just straight up runs faster. I'm not sure why. It might be some like dummy code when they ported the game over. But anyways, now we're wanted fugitives,
finish this quickly.
and we're running away, or run. I don't know what they're doing in the plot. But the new character we got is Alvin, who is, I think he presents himself as like a bounty hunter or something.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Mercenary,
I feel
Oh,
much
mercenary.
or at least we think he is.
Yeah,
Right
he
there
just
with you,
shows
buddy.
up. But here we get taught a broken mechanic known as linking and link art. So when you link together with a character, first off, whoever is linked to the character, whoever you link to, basically is set to follow you and do really nothing. Okay, on top of that, the 2 linked characters share damage, and they also boost each other's stat. Really nice.
They don't entirely share damage. I think that your link partner takes like 25% damage
Yeah,
off the character.
Yeah, if you're linked together, one person takes damage, the other one takes also
Also,
a
a
bit
really
of that damage
bad
too.
one of the really bad side effects is that if a character gets inflicted with a status effect, their link partner also gets affected.
It also works both ways because any buffs also affect both of them.
Positives work the same way as well.
Yeah, and especially delos for bad.
They each
So once again,
also,
we're just going.
also they all have like partner skills. Like you're not like Alvin's partner skill, which you're going to see in the early game, is that he can break enemy guards. Now
Yes.
we're going to show you link darts and chains.
Yes, so on the left side of the battle meter, you see the link meter there. When you do attacks or really do anything while linked, that meter builds up. And at certain intervals, it basically stops until you do a link dart. Now, if you do by doing a link dart involves you using a skill that links up with one skill that your ally uses. And with that, you get to unleash a really powerful art. On top of that, you can also chain these arts together, like you're doing yourself right now. And they do quite a bit of damage to the point where multiplayer, doing multiplayer in this run is actually slower than single player just because link darts are insanely powerful.
Or I'll have you fired.
Whoa, hey now.
Also, I'm going to be picking up a few chests either for items or for equipment items that I can sell for money. That one. For other,
Yes.
just money selling items.
Yeah. So in this game, shops do not like improve the items by plot relevance. Instead, you actually have to donate items to improve the shops. So this is twofold connotation. First off, it's picking up quite a bit of items to basically upgrade the shops to where we are, to where we want them to be. But if you grind enough, you could get overpowered weapons. If you don't do this, you're going to be underpowered equipment for the entire game.
Yeah, it's not like other games where every town has their own shop. In this game, every shop is the same, depending on your shop levels.
Oh, they're asking you to turn off notifications on Discord when you have time.
Notifications on Discord. Wish I did have time. There are like no breaks in this run. I actually had to use the bathroom before it.
Oh yeah, this is nuts. It's quite a rough run because once again, because of all this cutscene skipping, there's really no downtime ever.
But it's only like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, it's only about 3.5 hour long run as well. So now he's saying his character to Jude because Jude is pretty good. And he's a lot better when you're controlling him.
Also, they just introduced auto items, which is really nice. It's not like older Tales games where you had to constantly like go into the menu to use items. They're kind of like gambits, Final Fantasy XII, where you set your AI characters to use auto items at certain times under certain conditions,
Yes.
like and restrictions.
Yes. So what he did there was have the AI prioritize life bottles and then orange gels, which restore TP, which you use to basically cast anything. And then he set the limit to 0, so that the AI will use all of them or they'll just use all of them, basically. And orange gels are really important for this run. You use a lot. Remember to avoid those safe points.
Ooh.
But yeah, the beginning of this run is definitely the most dangerous part. Ooh, that's rough. Opening a chest with a monster up right behind you is really risky because your character stops for a bit and they have time to catch up to you.
But unfortunately, we're very short on life bottles this early in the run, and they're actually pretty expensive. So, that one had a life bottle. I kind of had to take it. This chest I'm getting right here has materials that I'm going to donate later.
So yeah, I guess now that we're walking between towns, don't worry, the town walking, all backtracking gets removed from this run quite soon. But Jude's main battle mechanic in the game is that he has a pivot snap, I think it's called.
Snap pivot.
Something. Yeah, it's just straight up pivot. But if he dodges an attack right before it lands, he will snap pivot, behind the enemy, which does amazing things because first off, it increases your combo gauge, so you can chain more attacks.
Check it out.
On top of that, you get teleport right behind the enemy and avoid all damage. So because you're right behind the enemy, you can basically instantly break their guard. So Jude is really, really good. So once again, Milla is going back to her village to basically summon the four spirits again because she lost contact with them due to I forgot what the weapon was called in the research. But it is just a giant
Lance
thing
of
that sucks
Kresnik.
up. Yeah, the Lance of Kresnik. It's just a giant machine that sucks up spirits. So they sucked up the four great spirits and she lost them, which is why she can no longer swing a sword and now she gets hungry. In fact, you could say she has become human.
Alright, gonna do my first shop run.
So yeah, once again, we're going to be donating materials here to upgrade the shops. He's going to upgrade the weapon shop to basically just improve his DPS, because that's straight up the most important thing, how much damage you can do. And this game is really nice. They basically throw you a save point and a shop at the beginning of every single area in this entire game.
Not only that, but this game has quick save.
Yep.
So if you only have like one file, you can just constantly quick save anywhere. Also, what I'm about to pick up is an Ifrit treasure. Has a lot of money.
Oh yeah, so there's these couple of chests that contain like better than normal treasures hidden throughout the world.
They're called
It's like that you can pick up that chest through the rock, or you just look up.
They're just Ifrit. They're called Ifrit treasures. We're not going to be picking up that many, but we are getting a few. Have some good items that can be used.
Yeah, that's one of the more useful ones because 2,000 got at the beginning of the run.
Running Simulator 2018. Don't worry, it'll get better.
When I ran this game, I had fun. Doing silly stuff like turning the camera to the sky, or even better, turning the camera around so I'm running towards the camera. Oh, it's fun running blind into everything. Anyways, we're walking up to our first actual boss of the run soon. Also, this game added like interactive environments, so you can climb up and down things. I'm not sure they had that in previous Tales games.
Spears of stone jutting out of the sea.
They say you get unusual terrain like this at points where two spirit
I can't remember. Was Tales of Xillia the 20th anniversary or 15th anniversary?
I believe 15th.
Okay, yeah. So this game was for the 15th anniversary. Sadly, it was rushed for the 15th anniversary release, which definitely hurts the game quite a bit towards the end. Because you could definitely feel the game's incomplete to some extent.
There's not a lot of side content.
Yeah, definitely. But here's the first actual boss, and it's a giant rock crab. Where's the other boss? But this boss is quite a bit of damage here. But thankfully, it's weak to fire. So we're just going to be doing a bunch of link arts here to deal a big chunk of his damage here. Start. And he's going to have Milla spam Fireball, so she stays far away from the boss. And he's going to be staying linked with Alvin here. Because if the boss ever guards, then Alvin uses Link skill to break his guard.
I am going to be switching to Milla when I want to do Link Darts, though.
Yes, because she has aerial fire, which is
Super effective.
fire beast, you know, which does quite a bit of damage. Because fire. Now, the biggest skill you want to watch out for is the aqua laser, because that does a ton of damage.
Luckily,
it only hits in front of them.
Luckily, it also takes him a while to get off, so you can do a soaring vortex to get around him a little bit faster than just waiting for him to use it and guarding.
Another thing is that when you're linked up and hitting an enemy, the ally you're linked up with will try to get behind the enemy you're hitting.
Finish them off.
So yeah, this boss is pretty rough, especially for new runners. Sorry. Ooh, Milla got caught in that later.
Finish them off.
On top of that, his main attack he's using, I'm not sure what he said it. But yeah, he's just gonna build up his chain, his link arc, his link gate. Oh no! There.
And that's how we do it.
I didn't think that was
When the boss is
possible.
almost
We
dead.
should practice chaining our attacks for the future.
All right.
Actually,
Okay, boss is down.
it's not even that bad because it actually leaves my Link gauge like half full. Which will
Yeah,
be
that's
very
actually
good
a
for
pretty
the
good
next boss.
Which is arguably the hardest boss in the game.
But it's an early reset point.
Yeah. But back to his attack. Instead of doing like regular attacks where you use the directional button and your attack button, he's holding. The default key is L1. I'm not sure what key you have, and I'm not sure what the button does. I completely forgot what it did.
I'm using
But-
L2.
Okay, yeah, but it changes the attack from his regular chain attack, where he does multiple punches, into what we call the uppercut or the focus attack. Now, this has higher knockback on its attack, so it can like disrupt the enemy more. On top of that, it builds up its link gauge faster,
It has one
and just
major
generally does
weakness,
more
though.
damage.
It is very hard to guard out of it,
Yes, because it's a longer animation.
so it leaves you very vulnerable to attacks.
So, anyways, we're at Niakara, which is the town that warships Maxwell,
That mountain beyond the village
and
sure is
by
something.
proxy,
That's the Niakara
Milla.
Holomont. It's a special land where 4 spirit climbs meet.
and now we're in charge of grabbing the 4 temporal stone, which are just 4 stones
Here we go.
that are attuned
This
to the 4
must be
elements,
one of the temporal
so
stones.
that she could
Correct.
perform the ritual to
We
summon the
need
big
3 more,
spirits again.
just like
Oh yeah, quick
compared to
plot
the
related
outside
relevance.
world.
I think it was
guess
like 18
Niakara
years
really
ago
is quaint.
when Milla was born.
20, I
People
think.
were unable. People were unable to call up the 4 great spirits because Milla's been hogging them. There's your story relevance. No one's been able to call up the 4 great spirits.
There we
Ever
go.
since.
All 4 temporal stones.
I appreciate your efforts. Let's bring them to the shrine beyond the village.
Also, like the dumbest loading screen ever seen when you pick up the 4 stone. It just does that. I don't know why it's there. I don't know what.
There's
the loading
also
screen does.
when you notice at the bottom left corner, sometimes the characters will talk. Sometimes when a character dialogue shows up, it actually lags the game for a second. Right, quite a bit of selling I'm going to be doing and item purchases because we need lots of items for the next boss.
But yes, after this part, all backtracking from the run is completely on. Except for one major part later on. What? Jude can revive dead partners? I had no idea. But
What you
I know
saw me
all
do there
allies-
is I bought the life bottles first before buying the others because I wanted to get it in a shop level, which gave me a discount on the other items since I'm very short on money.
Yes, there's two ways to upgrade shop items. One's to straight up, one's donating materials, and the other one is straight up buying. Which, pretty good. You give them money, they give you back.
Yeah, we're pretty short on money, but the funny thing is, late in the game, we have more money than we know what to do with.
I know, right?
There's actually a dialogue that literally says that to you.
Anyways, Milla performs the ritual and summon the 4 great spirits. It does nothing.
To the village.
Yeah, so this whole trip was meaningless. We should have just gone straight back to Benmont, which is where we're heading right now.
Straight back to prison. Just go straight back to prison.
Also, in that cutscene that I just skipped, you would have gotten to meet the worst character in the game, but you'll get to meet him later.
Ah, Ivar. Milla's handmaiden.
Apparently has a thing for her. He thinks Jude is getting in on Milla.
And Ivar is certainly a character.
After these cutscenes that I'm going to skip, we're actually going to get world map, which in this game can be used to warp to locations that you've already been to.
Yay, quick traveling. We will abuse this dearly because we're tired of walking for.
And sometimes, you'll see this a little bit later, but sometimes you'll actually see me going in certain places that I don't have to go to just to create restore points, I would call them, which will allow you to map warp past certain maps.
Just interested. Do you have any of the DLC outfits?
Do I have any DLC outfits? Yes.
I always enjoyed using the Item Master outfits just for the background song change.
Yeah, unfortunately, in a speed run, it actually takes like 5 seconds or whatever.
I don't care. If I lose 5 seconds every run, then I don't lose time at all. But anyways, we have quick travel now, so we're just gonna skip all this walking backwards. So we're gonna go back to the mill here, and then the soldiers catch up to us, and like, have you seen these wanted people? So, you know, we're runaway fugitives.
Now we
Just
get
to
to
do
meet
warning.
now we get to meet a lovely little girl named Elise. And
Elise
her
is great.
and
I
her
don't know what you're talking about.
and her doll Tipo. I keep forgetting. Actually, this is like the only time I forget. But you actually can't use the map until you skip that
You have to leave
cutscene.
the area. Yeah. You need Elise to follow you.
Now I can warp.
So here we have Elise, one of the greater characters in this game, and you have Tipo, the most annoying character in the game.
I love Tipo.
Oh, you may love Tipo, but he's still annoying.
Not as annoying as Ivor.
Yeah,
This
but
is what I'm
Ivar's not
talking
a-
about, how when you skip cutscenes where they ask you to do something, you still have to make the selection. But in that case, there was actually dialogue, so it was faster to skip it.
Oh
Then
yeah, at
make
least
the
this link is
selection.
busted.
You're actually going to see her link skill in the next boss.
Yeah, sharing is caring. Go, Tipo! Ugh.
And now what you're actually going to see me do is start a side quest, which you don't have to do to complete the game, but I'm going to do anyway because it's going to get me a very rare material that gets you a lot of shop points.
Also, if you didn't see there, he managed to walk to where the NPC spawned on top of him, push them around. If you're fast enough, you could get past them before they spawn.
And now this cutscene just tells you about a side quest that we're never gonna do. But unfortunately, it forces me to walk in reverse. When I was learning this game, I had to learn to adjust the camera there.
Oh, I never adjust the camera. In fact, I usually just turn the camera around the instant I walk to area. I had so much fun, right, in the game. Now here, you usually need to walk a certain distance, and then a cutscene triggers, which blocks the road, causing you to go to a side route. Because JRPGs.
And now I'm going to pick up my first food item, which are very good in this game.
Never actually been in the deep wood before.
Because we are skipping almost every single random encounter, we are going to be eating a lot of rice. Because rice gives you experience boosts. Especially the soda rice.
Eventually, we're going to get spicy chicken rolls, which literally doubles the experience you get for every battle it's used.
Tight passages.
Oh, especially for one long chain of battles, which actually gets us over-leveled for the first time in the run ever. So, obligatory JRPG forest area. With tight spaces and really annoying mechanics.
Got poisoned. First time that's actually ever happened to me in this fight.
I had no idea this guy could poison me.
And this is really good. I'm actually going to go into the next boss with a full link gauge.
That's always good. That's usually why I usually just save my link gauge from the first boss, well, just for the next boss. But yes, Elise has joined the party.
Probably the second best. Probably the second best character in the game. Best one.
Anyway,
we're about to meet after the next boss.
I think we can.
Anyways, this area introduces us to some spore mushrooms on the ground. If you step on them, you lose life. They're just dumb.
Also, this is the first really linear map in the game. Makes it harder to avoid enemy encounters.
Thankfully, it's not too hard to avoid enemy encounters still.
Also, you gotta be like literally right on the frame when you select things like climb. Otherwise, like if you're still moving and you don't press X on the frame, it will work. And sometimes the enemy
it's
can.
So stupid because it's based on your camera.
And then if you're
based on your
and then if you miss it, that gives the enemy a chance to hit you.
Opening chests based on your camera, picking up items based on your camera, doing anything on the map based on your camera. So annoying.
Alright, I am not going to talk for this next little while. Oh, let's see what I'm talking about.
Woo! Tight fit. Thankfully, hitboxes are small. Anyways, here comes arguably the hardest boss in the game, casual and speedrun. And this guy is probably the biggest run killer. Have to reduce some leveling up. Alvin's levels don't really matter, so we're just gonna auto him. Milla, it's important that we get all these skills. Also, the route that we take around Milla's orb is optimized, spend as little time as possible. And then Tails' staple equipping skills. And we're going to be setting our AI to essentially do nothing. Like, just straight up have to do nothing.
Actually, I'm going to have Milla and Alvin go after the wolves.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm gonna go right for Zhao.
So, welcome to Zhao. Welcome to Zhao. So this guy one-shots you. He's the second boss in the game. Ooh, that was a really good wolf position if you got into a line. Be right back.
When a blue exclamation mark appears on a boss, it means they're gonna break out of your combo no matter what.
Girls don't like pesky
And he's
guys.
dead.
Ain't that right?
Well, you're not much better.
Ouch. Keep that up, I'll sew your mouth up.
Yeah, so what you saw me doing there was I was doing kind of like a combo with Jude where I do like an up punch and then a soaring vortex, and then I wait for him to like recover from the soaring vortex, and then I do another up punch and a soaring vortex, and then every time Elise used her T-bow drain, it would heal Jude and Elise's HP and TP, plus it would increase the link gauge, which allowed me to use link darts like Final Gale. And since I went into the fight with full link gauge, I got instant overlimit, and I actually got another overlimit. So the fight actually went really well. Earlier in practice, I think it took me like 5 tries to beat him. What is sharing? Miserable pile of sharing. Oh, you're gonna love a certain boss fight later.
Oh shoot, I've been muted this whole time. I'm bad.
Alright, I kind of cover it a bit.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, let me just recap what I was saying. So, once again, the blue exclamation mark is the Iron Will mechanic. And what it says, after a couple of hits, the boss will get up, armor through anything you do, and do its attack. And it is single-handedly the worst mechanic in this game. They introduced it to stop degenerate infinite combos that have plagued the previous Tales game. And they solved it possibly the worst way possible.
Yeah, they didn't want another Kratos in Torn Forest where you could just get behind him and just spam Tiger Blade.
Or, you know, anything involving Colette.
Fireball!
But yes,
we may not have Paraball, but we do have something else in the game.
Yes, more balls. But Zhao is the toughest boss fight in the run, arguably. If you learn this game, he will be the one fight you practice the most and still not get.
If you can beat Zhao, you can run the game.
I don't know, man. Hammerzan says something about it.
Like, after a particular boss that's coming up in maybe a half hour. No,
I truly
less.
admire
It's
the
pretty much
dedication
smooth
of these
sailing
sentries
except
to
for
their
one
mission,
fight.
But if they stand in
Oh,
my
yeah.
way, I will have no choice
Even in
but
that
to
one
cut
fight
them
is
down.
rough. So anyways, more cutscenes and we get introduced to the best character. An old man. Oh, you think paraballs? I mean, we're just gonna get replaced pretty quickly. So, goodbye, Alvin, because Alvin, you say hello to Rowan. Also, the game is played in semi-auto combat for various reasons. One, in semi-auto, you cannot jump unless you're holding guard. It allows you to actually use up attack. Pretty easy.
With this strategy,
The game will also auto guard for you.
Which makes doing that combo I did on Zhao much easier.
Yes.
The
The
other
game will also auto guard for you to some extent, I think. But most important, the game will auto aim for you. This is important when playing roll.
Also, were you the one who told me about guard canceling?
Probably. So, welcome to the most broken skill in the game. Fireball. So, Rowan's mechanic is by constantly, if you constantly press the arc button, your skills do extra things. Fireball's thing is that it shoots up to 3 extra fireballs. Fireball is busted. 1, it's cheap. 2, it holds. 3, it does a lot of damage. 4, it's multi-hits. 5, it interrupts enemies easily. And definitely the best thing about it, it could do the burn status. Now the burn status does percentage damage every few seconds. And bosses are not immune to it.
Also, it can crit.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. We're finishing a side quest right now.
This got me the Ekor, which gets me a lot of shop points. And most of our shop points from this point forward are going to be donated to the vendor, except for one shop where I'm going to donate to the weapons.
Yeah, but that's the point later on.
But we don't really do any weapon or armor upgrades because in this game, when party members leave, they come back with new equipment.
Yeah, usually a lot better than what you have.
So who needs to buy armor when we're just going to get better armor automatically? Why spend all the time getting materials and boosting those shops and then spending money on equipment? Probably going to just get...
When the game just gives it to you for free.
And that equipment's probably going to become irrelevant in a short while.
Oh, if you want Nightmare Fuel, get the swimsuit DLC. Put it on Rowan.
Fortunately,
Really
that thing about equipment getting given to party members automatically is part of what makes the dude side a little bit harder.
Oh yes, because characters don't leave as often. Oh man, these rocks are so annoying to climb. Once again, it's based off positioning and based on camera. So if your camera is off, you're not gonna climb. And if you don't climb, you get hit by an encounter. To mention the hitboxes on some of these cliffs are really, really weird.
Those butterflies in particular have like ridiculous hitboxes, and if you're not actually facing the enemy, like heading towards it, it counts as a back attack. Ooh,
And when you're in the back attack, you're surrounded by enemies.
Pretty bad.
Oof. What I like to do when being back attack is link with all the allies so that they don't do anything.
So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to heal before this next boss. Something you like to avoid, but you know,
The next boss is interesting because you have some fights where the boss literally does nothing and you have some fights where the boss ruins your day.
This boss can actually use a very brutal attack at the beginning of the fight. The one with the
So
bell.
what's he
Really bad positioning.
Oh, is he right there next to you? Oh my god.
The trolls.
Ooh, you didn't take the left path. The left path is slightly faster.
Get on there. I'm actually gonna... I should just tell you right now, I'm using a kind of like a bugged controller, which for some reason just registers triangle inputs. So if you see me going into menus randomly, it's because of the controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I had to borrow some stream equipment. It's actually a miracle I'm doing this run right now.
Doing okay there?
and right here is a chest that contains some elixirs. Really good. Item. Straight up fully heal you. No questions asked.
Another one. Oh, here.
Here we go.
Oh my god. How did he get you?
Time to retreat.
We're out of there. Should I just touch the save point and take the half heal that it gives me? Nah, no
It doesn't
need.
heal though. It doesn't heal though, does it?
I think it heals like half. I don't know what
Heals.
Rowan
Never
has.
get Milla's hair. Milla's hair is a...
I just want to get rid of it.
So anyways, now he's gonna heal up and restore Rowan's T. Love it.
So, orange gels are probably just going to get used at the start.
Yeah, fair enough.
I sense a strong amount of spiritual energy.
So at this point, he's gonna be spamming Fireball and Rowan while using the right stick to have Milla spam Splash. While hopefully Jude and at least do nothing. Oh no, this boss is mean. He's running straight up at him. You don't want this boss in your grill because he will be mean. What you want is like this where the boss just makes run forever. Hopefully you want to get a couple burns because when the boss is burned...
It's a little bit harder because you don't have a specific art yet that makes it easier.
But if the boss gets burned, it takes 300 damage to hit. Do you see how much damage he's doing? Just imagine this boss taking 300 damage periodically. It'd be like half a second.
We got the burn.
There it is, 300 damage per tick. Quite easy.
And
that is basically the whole speed run.
But it sure was pretty.
I don't, you don't want to spoil it yet. It changes a bit.
That would mean
Just keep.
Well, that was a rough boss beginning, but the rest of it went pretty well. Also, we're just gonna pick up a chest with a lot of money. A lot of gold. But anyways, story-wise, evil people doing evil things.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure straight out the plot at this point.
Nice emote.
Anyways, now that we're done rescuing people from jail, or rescuing people from getting the life drained.
Funny you mentioned jail.
Oh, we're going straight to jail. We rolled too many doubles. You rolled 3 doubles. Go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not click.
Did not collect $200.
Yep.
So this is just a story fight. We don't actually fight these guys. We just 18 seconds.
It's a
Hope
yeah.
that no apple gels get used.
I like to run around circles. I like to run in circles around. Sorry.
Sometimes you actually want to stay still if they get too close to you, so you can guard attacks.
Wait, she uses Tipo as a shield?
Is that what she was doing? Well, Tipo's on right now. Tipo has two modes, set to on and set to off. Off, I think, like, affects more physical attack, like, arts. But,
yeah, and then
having
off,
it on...
it's more magic.
Or magical. We want it to be on. So it enhances, her, third arts.
But anyway, she gets thrown in jail. And Milla now has something attached to her leg that will explode its escape. And quite a bit of shopping to do here.
Ooh. I'm short. Alright, I'm gonna have to donate some gold to get that extra shot level.
Oh no.
You need to be at least level 18 to get the items you need.
Can't you just buy the small one and then buy the large one, the medium one? Yeah. Anyways, we get beef bowl. And beef bowls increase our XP gain by quite a bit more. So right. Also, we're now Milla, so
we have at least two, but she doesn't have Tipo, and she refuses to fight without it.
Also, it's really important to remember here to put that point aside before you auto, and I've forgotten that so many times and have killed my own run because of that.
Now, what's interesting is, on the Milla side, the guards you fight actually give you a lot of experience, but on the Jude side, not so much. I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's not balanced. It's not balanced at all.
Maybe because
also,
you have to fight them with Milla. Maybe they did it that way because you have to fight with Milla alone, whereas on Jude's side you get Alvin and Rowan.
Yeah, on top of that, all your party members do get the experience you get out of combat. Why don't you do the arrow move?
I'm just not hitting the input correctly. Like, that's how you do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can do these fights. They're always fun. If you want to use Grave to knock them off the ground because these guys guard, you never want them to get up.
Oh, when they guard, it's so bad.
But yes, when you're in semi-auto, you cannot jump unless you're guarded. Just straight up cannot jump unless you're guarded.
Yeah, that's what was happening was I think I was hitting maybe Grave too early before like waiting for her to jump. And thus I took my thumb off of the square button.
Yeah, it's just a slightly faster animation when you do the aerial grave. Also, this place is a really annoying small maze. Nothing makes sense on where to go.
Ah.
No, I started. Yeah, you just want to combo these guys to death. There's always the strategy where you just spam Wind Blade and hope he dies.
But that kills your TP.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he's dead.
But you know, I mean, you could run out of TP before the end of the fight.
It doesn't matter if he's dead. You have Level Restore, though. Level Restore.
I agree, Ellie. Jude is an awesome character.
Anyways, now we get the key to the elevator. You go anywhere.
Well, we're about to find out how insane Milla is.
Remember, slightly faster to go left. Okay.
Please, everyone, let's behave in chat.
But yes, Milla sees the bad guy. And you remember that thing strapped to her foot right there that will explode as she crosses this barrier and tries to escape? The barriers are the stories are two different sides of the same story. So here you have Milla in jail, and the other one you have break into jail to see them. I think that's how Jude's story goes.
Jude is breaking into the Forkandala is what it's called.
Yeah. But Milla sacrifices her leg to try to kill the bad guy.
And now she's a cripple.
Yep.
So
She
even
lost her
though
leg.
we're playing on Milla's side, the game actually forces you to play as Jude, which in casual play can be pretty difficult if you've been playing as Milla the whole time. But since
Yeah, this is the part of the game where they force you to learn how to play Jude.
But since we've already been using Jude, we'll have no problem.
Yeah. Milla plays more like Kratos' character. So
Oh, I think
kinda
Jude.
play-
I think we missed a little experience.
Yeah, it should be fine. Your experience usually.
Or maybe I
varies because
gained an extra. I don't know what. Or I don't know what happened, but
Your experience varies based on your combo. That's so you might drop the combo at one point somewhere.
yeah, there's something called bonus experience. It exists in every Tales game, but fortunately in this particular Tales game, experience is very consistent because of the food route.
My Lilium orb is coming along
Yeah,
nicely.
after this early
always
part,
knows
then
exactly
your
what to
experience
pick.
pretty much consistent.
I
But this
envy
early
that.
part vary by like 1 or 2
Plus,
levels based
eventually,
on
there's the
combo.
level scaling where when party members leave and rejoin, they get scaled to, I think, the protagonist level.
I think they just gain all the experience that you get outside in combat. I'm not sure.
Why,
usually do come
that's
back
why
with a lot of
Jude
levels.
actually gained a lot of experience, because it got, I think, like, scaled to Milla or something.
I'll handle this.
But
Pretty
yeah,
straightforward fight here.
Focus.
Oh yes,
Focus. Focus.
it's just a bore.
Focus.
Hit it hard, hit it fast.
Focus. Focus.
Try not to miss the uppercuts.
Focus. Focus.
Oh, you're not even doing the optimal fast trap for this, where you just spam the assist.
All right.
I guess I don't want to use TP, because we need it for the next boss.
You have elixirs, it's fine.
Oops.
Also, remember to avoid this enemy that comes straight up running at you after this cutscene.
Yeah. So, although sometimes in practice, it didn't show up.
Run.
Oh no, the enemy sometimes doesn't spawn, but always remember to immediately don't hold forward, or else you will get into that kind of.
Are your legs okay? If they start to hurt, just say so.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
These alerts. Apologize.
How very odd. When you carry me on your back like this, I can't
Just
help
shoulder
but remember
tackle.
flying with Syl.
Focus, focus, focus. Oh, here is a pretty tough boss in the game. There's multiple ways to do this fight. Some are easier but slower, some are faster but trickier.
How dare you
But
allow
this
this to
fight straight up tells you,
happen?
get good at Jude.
Shut up. I don't need to hear
If
your
you're not good at Jude, you will get
Right.
wrecked.
I said shut up. It's time for you to pay for your sins, you
So, look at
bastard.
Ivar. Milla's So he's going to be doing a combination of Soaring Vortex to knock up Ivar, along with an up attack afterwards to basically knock him up in the air and make him able to retaliate. Ivar is pretty good.
My
Luckily, he's really easy to read, and that makes him really easy to hit it. Also, Soaring Vortex breaks every guard. And on top of that, every so often you can steal.
That's when they get Iron Stance.
I must fulfill my duties.
And that wasn't so bad. Could have been a little better.
It was pretty typical Ivar fight. 48 fat.
Remember older runs where they didn't even like use that Soaring Vortex strategy, and they kind of just
No. You just punch him 8 times, then Ivar Iron Wills, you dodge it and hit him.
and then you just relied on snap pivots. It was
Repeat.
it was
It was
slow
pretty fun
because
getting
you
him
had
into infinite loop.
sick juggling. I agree. Get out of the way, pigeon.
And now we meet the final character in our run.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I think most people who played this game got destroyed in that fight because they never played Jude. Like I said, it's the fight that forces you to get good. So once again, Milla cannot walk. Can't feel her leg.
Unfortunately, we won't see that idiot again.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just skip everything he's involved in. But here we meet the childhood friend. I'm trying to remember her.
Leia.
They say that back during the mining.
Now, play the best minigame ever! Who likes button mashing?
Ugh, I always suck for this. I just turboed through this part because screw button mashing.
Is turbo even allowed?
Is anyone going to argue against it?
I come from the Final Fantasy community.
I mean, nobody would know I use turbo unless I told them. Tell everybody. But yes, we're going mining. We're mining for Bitcoin. No, we're actually going to be mining for a rock to restore Milla's leg. And apparently this rock is designed to blend to the background. You can't find it.
I don't even know who determines whether or not you get the 2 cycle or the 3.
It's just straight up how much you mash.
Straight how much mashing, because I feel like sometimes I mash hard and I don't get it, but then I mash not as hard and I do. I feel like there might be
because
some
you're not
timing
mashing
mechanic.
effectively. That's why you're doing ineffective, or it's not reading some of your input. Trust me, it's not how hard you mash, it's how effectively you mash. That's why I just turbo through this, because I didn't want to hurt my hand.
Oh my god, I hate the encounters in this area.
Oh yeah, really small and narrow areas. Ah, Leia. Yeah, that was her name. Princess Leia.
Oh, I got the
Leia.
2 cycle.
I had never played Leia until RPG Limit Break 4 years ago. And I gotta say, she's really fun to play. She has most of the same skills as Jude, but her playstyle is completely different.
She has this ability where instead of when she backsteps, instead of getting around the enemy, she gets a longer staff. And as a
Yeah,
link
on top of
partner,
that,
she can
she
steal
has a-
items.
Yeah, on top of that, she has a complete aerial game, so she can just fight in the air. It's great.
You are going to be using Leia a lot. Not for that purpose, though.
Oh no, Leia's never gonna do anything in fight off bot. But yeah, she can fly. It was always
And
fun.
now,
Fly.
while Zhao may be the hardest boss in the game, I hate this next boss
Arguably,
even more.
This is either the hardest boss in the game or second hardest. I know who you got.
I absolutely hate this boss.
I don't know.
Nobody likes
Let's just keep moving.
Burzam. So, what are some of the things you hate about like boss game? Like say, a boss that has long and vulnerable periods. A boss that does way too much damage to you.
Boss that just likes to waste time.
Yeah. A boss that just doesn't care what you do. Welcome to Hammer's App. It is all these in one.
Just likes to use. Just likes to roam around the field all the time.
He just likes to ruin your day.
Why is this thing so darn big?
It must be using the spirit fossil as a source of energy. I can't think
This is
of
what I'm
any other
talking about.
explanation.
Let's just focus on beating it.
Focus. Let's do this.
And there he goes.
Focus. Let's do this.
Yeah, camera's out just decided to go underground, and there's nothing you can do.
Steal.
Hey, you stole still warning. Thankfully, Milla and Jude have really powerful link cards.
I'm just gonna try and keep him down as much with Soaring Vortex. There are a few different strategies for this. I think a person named Bell Visage had a video of a quick kill on second phase, but I feel like it's not quite consistent.
Is there any word?
There
Does
is nothing
consistency mean
consistent
anything?
on this fight.
Does consistency mean anything in the game?
This is literally the RNG boss of the run.
We're perfectly in sync.
The power of linking.
Or because we're childhood friends.
Also, this boss has a one-shot kill.
Oh yeah, that
Because yes.
also why I picked up the hard hat there. For a little extra defense.
So anyways, we get Milla into our party. Yay, what does Milla add to this fight? Absolutely nothing.
Actually, I'm going to be using Milla as a link partner. While it kind of lowers damage, it allows Leia to focus on casting sharpness and first aid to restore damage, and Milla can also bind if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's Milla's link skill. She could just straight up hold an enemy there, defenseless, while you beat up on them. You know, like bully the boss. Actually, straight up bullying.
Also, I'm unlinking whenever he does this to avoid like taking extra damage and make my link partner move up. There it is, the controller again.
Oh yes, I always advise like unlink whenever boss attacking you because otherwise you take
Ooh,
damage.
that was the attack he was talking about earlier.
And there's a swipe of death. Swipe does approximately 10 billion damage. And if you're linked, you both. So the swipe does approximately 10 billion damage, and if you're linked, you both take 10 billion damage. So once again, you have a lot of useful link cards with Leia.
That's the bind I was talking about.
Yep, you just hold the boss there and just beat him up like the high school bully. But once again, this boss can just be a jerk.
This is like the last real obstacle of the run. Oh no, there's one more obstacle.
No, let's try. Yeah, it is not a difficult fight. They are not difficult.
But most of the run is pretty straightforward after this.
Yep, because we get our nice one.
Because we get our whole party back, which means... Oh. Fireball.
Good throw balls around. Oh no, the boss is calling ads. That's another thing they do in this game. A lot of bosses just call ads.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh no.
This is going,
no.
not going well. Alright.
That was just bring unfortunate events.
He's almost dead too. I can tell by the arrow that shows your target gets less yellow as you do damage to him. So as you can see, it's almost completely black, which means he's almost dead.
Yeah. Thankfully, Leia knows Resurrection.
Yeah. Although Resurrection has a long animation, and she tends to use that instead of life bottles.
Yeah, it's always annoying when you manually have her use a life bottle to stop casting Resurrection. And there he goes, spelunking it. It'll work.
I think I had a lot of life bottles, huh? fight really fell apart. And now they got their other monsters on the field.
Yeah, with these ad bosses, though, normally the ads don't do much with bosses. They're just annoying. So with the boss,
and guard, I should be magic. Actually, I don't even have magic guard equipped right now. But yeah, regular guard is not going to work against those guys. But we should be able to. Now, actually, I'm just going to link with Leia and push forward.
Just spam Demon.
Wow.
Yeah, that is like the worst Hammer Zam I've ever had. We're not
I
dead.
mean, you didn't die.
Yeah.
So it can't be the worst you ever had.
Worst I've had where I didn't die.
Oh yeah, everyone has bad memories of this fight. Everybody who runs this game has bad memories of this fight.
Right.
Alright, now with that out of the way, the rest of this run is a breeze. Or about as breezy as Rowan in whatever his swimsuit is.
Thanks, Ellie.
So now we're done with Jude appreciation part of the run, and now we're going straight to the Rowan appreciation part of the run. I hope you appreciate Rowan.
Right, you got to be careful here, because the talk window is so close to the exit. I can tell you how many times I've accidentally exited in trying to talk to Jude's mom.
Oh boy. No, we don't talk about Xillia. We do not talk about Xillia. That is a completely different run. And if you want to watch Xillia 2, I hope you like Blackjack. Is it Blackjack? Oh yes, they straight up made a sequel to the Xillia 2. There are horror stories about it. What is wrong with Xillia 2? Well, plot is stuck behind a paywall. And by paywall, I mean literally a paywall where you have to pay off a debt. Anyways, we get on a boat, we get off a boat. We have our party back. We're high leveled. Gotta get all those healing items back. Because that's where all our money goes to. And we're back to the good party. So this is the part of the run where battles become what I call spin strategy, where you spam your art button as Rowan, and then you just slam your stick, so you spin around circles. So he's gonna set up his shortcut so that all his allies have an ability set to the right stick. And And then when you see the next boss, pretty much gonna happen. Also, every single level from now on is auto Liliamard because no way has time to do this. Nobody has time to manual this anymore.
The spirit climb in Lakutum keeps the area cloaked in a perpetual golden sunset.
Oh, that sounds so romantic. All right, another wall scaled. Yay! One step closer to adulthood. Tipo, don't say that so loud. You're embarrassing me.
Sorry to be such a burden back there. I'll try to be more careful.
So here's the next boss game. It's a boar. I mean, literally a boar. And our party is powered up. Oh yeah, by the way, remember that thing we were talking about where when party members leave and they come back to your party, they get geared up. Yeah, our party has pretty powerful, except for does Milla get upgraded gear?
When I see
know
a
Jude
sunset like this,
But he's not
I
even in the
can't
party.
help but think of home.
But yeah, Rowan's full power, at least his full power, and
All
Leia
right,
already full
time for
power.
time for Broontar. Time to see what we do to most of the bosses.
You have got to be kidding me.
You slam that circle button, you spin your stick around, throw some balls, watch them burn.
Occasionally, move out of the way. So now we see Negative Gate, which basically it's like a gravity attack. It does damage, but most importantly keeps like enemies in place. Sometimes when there are multiple enemies, it can keep them kind of together. And also we see Sharpness, which you saw earlier, which increases DPS. Flash also. Linking isn't actually that great in this fight. You don't have a lot of the stat buffing skills yet, which carry over.
Yeah, but sharing is caring.
Does that actually happen when you're doing this? I don't normally see it. Like, another mechanic is, you know, thing is, although characters are set to use auto items, they will not use them if they are actually casting an art. So as you continuously spam arts,
They don't do anything when they're queued for an attack.
so they'll use the orange gels when they run out of TP, because obviously they can't cast their art anymore. Then by default they'll use it. But when characters die, you have to actually like let go of like one of the commands to let a character revive.
But yes, so he's using Firewall with Rowan. He's having Milla spam Splash because it's a multi-hit. It keeps the enemy there. Having at least use Negative Gate because it's a multi-attack that keeps the enemy there. And Leia's Sharpness spot. Just buff your damage. Anyways, as for plotline references, we're trying to stop the Empire. Because they're evil.
Basically, we're trying to get into Fenmont to stop Noctigal, who is trying to use the Lance of Kresnik, killing humans and spirits to gain power. But to do so, we have to cross Feasible Marsh, which, due to the spirits not existing anymore, has an uneven spirit climb, and thus we can't cross by foot anymore. Now we have to use Wyverns while we're here.
Yes. Or in NES turns, Wyvern. Also, I hope you like fresh mutton. This guy's got a lot to sell.
Now we're entering the Coliseum tournament in order to win the Wyverns.
Oh yes, they'll let us ride the wyverns and we just win for the tournament comes. And for once, you won't see Fireball. No, for once we got something better than Fireball.
A place where
Because
humans.
Fireball only hits one target. And we got a skill that hits a lot of targets in a straight line. It's Windlands. So Fireball's thing is that it shoots 4 fireballs. Windlands, if you hit it, you shoot 2 Windlands. Can you do 3? I'm not sure if that's...
Also, I'm linking with Milla, because we actually have a useful link dart that we can use on some of these battles with Milla.
Yay, we did it!
I could have gotten a little better. Sometimes the enemy formations just don't line up where you want them to.
Oh yeah, the enemy spawns are random for the most part. Ideally, they'll be placed in a straight line so they all get hit with L, and you just spam that art over and over again.
All these statues seem to be of great warriors from eras past.
So when I get super strong, you think they'll make a statue of me too?
Luckily, this inn is free, I believe. One in Canvalar, I think they do charge you for, and you have to stay at it in order to progress the plot. But I'm actually pretty short on money right now. Also, it's very important you do this party swap here, because if you don't, and I've made this mistake before, it causes Alvin to be in your party at the start of 3 consecutive fights.
So...
It's so stupid.
Why do they even put Alvin there? I don't understand.
I don't know either. It makes no sense. That whole party swap makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So now we get into a gun and a fight.
He's actually gonna fireball this guy. He's actually weak to it.
Okay, so now you can but quite simple. Are enemies in a straight line? Use Windlands. If it's just one enemy, use Fireball. Enemies grouped up in a circle.
And now you get to see fatal detonation. Fatal detonation.
Oh, please no! Never ever fatal detonation. It's bad.
Pretty good, actually.
Fatal detonation's bad. Never use it.
You say?
Just gives you a hyper.
A most excellent rhythm.
You mean, you mean like, was it Rock Trine? Is that
yeah,
what
Rock
you thought of?
Yeah, you use Rock Trine. Enemies are grouped up because negative gain and stuff. That does a lot.
Tipo came off. So now it's going to take longer for Elise to use her negative gate, but fortunately we'll get a skill soon that will keep people on.
Oh yeah, you can switch on and off by taunting her.
Yeah, but when she's set to auto, she just does it randomly.
Yeah. So it's actually important that you play this game in semi-auto mode, because when you cast an art with Rowan, he will automatically turn me, provided you don't do a dumb chain your arts together, which makes it important that you cancel your arts with guarding, because otherwise, in between every cast, you had to tap right. So you're currently facing the right enemy. It's very slow over the long.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I've got it now, but eventually you get a skill where when you cancel an art in the middle of a casting, like Rowan, in order to adjust Rowan's position, he'll actually pick up from where he left off on the cast. Like if you started a fireball but then canceled it because the enemy moved, the fireball will come out like immediately as soon as you cast it again, as long as it's the same art. Also, Milla is now suspicious of Alvin.
I mean, yeah, Alvin's got this weird weapon that no one's ever heard of that shoots things. It's also sending letters by pigeons to
Plus, she said,
being mysterious.
Plus, Milla can detect spirits, right? And apparently, this weapon kills spirits.
It's also handsome. Look at that. Look at that chin.
Agreed. Farrah's best girl.
No, he just sets things on fire. Anyways, for this final fight in the Colosseum, it's actually a pretty difficult fight compared to all the generic fights you had before. Here we are, because we need that experience. Please never, ever use failed detonation. Just rock try them. So much stronger.
We should be careful. It does not matter.
Oh god, failed detonation. Fight you.
You haven't run this game in a long time.
This is a pretty good formation, though. Straight up right to you. These guys actually do a lot of damage. So you never
So what were you saying about Fatal Detonation? 25-second fight?
Bad.
Is my mission.
It's bad. It doesn't do damage. It just burns.
Also, they can't really avoid it, is what I like. Like once they get trapped in it, they can't actually escape it. Whereas like other arts, like Rock Hexad is the linked art that does a lot of damage to a boss you'll see later. That one can miss. You're unlucky.
It only misses if you aim. Just don't aim.
Well, it can miss if this boss that I speak of moves, and this boss I speak of actually moves pretty fast. You'll see later. Like I think he's.
Don't miss. It's so easy.
Don't miss.
The Royal Hunting Grounds. An ominous name. Let us take care to be the hunters and not the prey.
Sounds good to me.
Also, if you while moving, you run into one of these bushes. Maybe I'll just run in and show you.
Ow! This grass is super sharp.
Apparently, Leia's pretty sensitive.
Oh yeah, there's some nice, fun dialogue that happened on the roadmap. It keeps you occupied while you're running through areas.
Also, assuming I have enough shop points, you're going to see me buy holy bottles now, which are going to come pretty useful in the late game because there are a lot of maps that are very, very narrow where enemies can catch you very easily, but what holy bottles do is they make the enemies run away from you. The only thing about holy bottles is that it only works if the monsters in the, okay, wasn't sure what map I was on. If the monsters stored in the token on the field are of a lower level than your party, Otherwise, they'll just ignore it. Yeah, this was the map I thought I was on before. One, I want to pick up a chest here for more materials. Better to pick up materials from chests than to pick up the loot bags or the gathering points, because those are so random. You could end up getting jet black feathers. I mean, congratulations,
Which
you just
are
wasted.
normally good in casual, but speedrun direction waste time.
Yes, congratulations, you wasted 3 seconds getting an item you don't need.
So jet black feathers are essentially your great job, but turn them in for items. So now we're in
Labry Hollow.
I completely forgot why I'm sorry in this way. It's been so long. Also, holy bottles give you this nice shiny aura around you. Of any come up. Because can't be having you see that mid-rift. I actually really forgot what happened. The things like involving people. Alvin kidnapped police or something like that? I had no idea.
Someone kidnapped Tipo and took out its data, so now Tipo's memory is, like, erased.
They'll talk exact same.
So you thought Tipo was annoying? Well, he won't be annoying anymore. Now he's like, hey, give me a name! I'm just a booster! I just say what's in Elise's mind!
Remember, Tipo is one of the...
I think your mic is cutting out.
being... My noise gate is pretty high up because otherwise you hear my keyboard.
Okay, alright. This is weird, actually. There's like a cutscene before you hear the door sound, and then another cutscene. Like if you press start and skip the cutscene too early, you'll get the door sound anyway, and then have to skip it again.
Be careful. This place is crumbling down all around us.
It's as if no human has set foot in here for years.
So now that we're finally out of this area, we could quick travel out of here.
Unfortunately, they made us climb all the way back up just because of 2 cutscenes.
And we're like, now can we ride the Wyvern? The answer's no. Still can't ride Wyverns.
Yeah, Elise is a bit shy. He had a very sad childhood.
Gal was her bodyguard, so to make sure that nothing ever happened. Ever.
No, maybe we should have just let Zhao take Elise so we wouldn't have to fight him. Nah, we can't.
But we lose Elise.
Yeah, we can't do that. We love Elise.
He can keep people.
I don't think Elise would like that. Elise is actually pretty nasty when Tipo is not so cheerful.
But sharing is caring, so share Tipo forever. Anyways, more long, narrow hallways because.
Now, since this is a JRPG, there has to be a snow area, right?
Oh yes, obligatory snow area.
These tight, dark spaces always get me a little spooked.
And this really annoying hole that hard to get it. So I think now we're at this area or something.
Sure is cold, huh, Elise? You never call me Allie anymore.
Once again, we're just trekking through the snow. And through, so that's all the walk we got. Travel a bit. And we're walking for a bit.
Alright, we got enough.
Oh goody. We get good food.
And we get our first spicy chicken roll.
That's a spicy. So this straight up doubles our experience.
I terribly apologize about the Discord notifications. How do you turn those off anyway?
Set yourself to busy mode in Discord.
Maybe I'll do that.
Or idle, or do not disturb, or invisible, or whatever.
Sorry, I had to use desktop audio to. Where do I go? I'm just.
Oh, go to Discord, click on your profile in the bottom left there, and then set yourself to like do not disturb.
Where's the setting?
Click on your profile.
Oh yeah, I'm under my account. Oh, maybe it's.
Click on your profile image.
Oh, click on profile image.
Whatever your
Okay,
Discord avatar
okay.
is.
Do not disturb. All right, I think I got it now. All right.
Once again, there's almost no back. There's almost no.
I'm really sorry. There's no downtime, so the only way I could do it is by pausing the game. Hopefully that fixed it.
Humans are such tenacious creatures. They can take root and establish civilization in even the harshest of lands.
That what I just did was I a door that created a warp point to the alien temple. That will let me skip a map later.
Yeah, it basically just says been here before. Like quick travel here.
You can.
It's gonna save quite a bit of walking later on. And here we meet Zhao again, who's totally just us walking around.
Also, it's you really want all your characters to survive every fight if possible, because the experience route in this run is really tight, and they can actually like
I don't
miss.
think Milla matters that much, or Leia matters that much, but at least Milla and Rowan definitely need to live every battle. Leia not so much, because she doesn't really do much.
Although I think when, actually I don't, if I'm right about the whole level scaling, I think they may just catch up later on when the party reunites.
Behind, I think they're always behind.
So I'm gonna be like, when a character dies, I'm gonna just might be checking a boss's health to make sure they're not like one hit away from death, so I can stop casting arts to revive a character.
I think that's admirable.
Anyways, we reached the king of this area, and it's not good. Good things don't happen.
Yeah, it was on my end, Udons. I'm really sorry. Hopefully it will not be a problem anymore.
Ivar is a character. He's got pretty good taste in fashion.
He's a cockroach, what he is.
Because he refuses to die. So anyways, all these cards are now hostile.
Now we meet the first bosses that can actually link and do link darts.
And you want them to link because that means one boss actually does nothing.
Really want them to link because if one boss gets burned, the other boss gets burned.
Oh, you especially want one specific boss to link to the other one because you don't want him doing anything. So I forgot his name and I forgot her name.
Wingle and Pressa.
Oh yeah, Wingle. How can I forget Wingle? He's nearly focused.
He's very fast.
I'm just saying, man, it's better if you don't aim
the rock hexad, you think I should just leave it? Okay, I'll try that.
So Wingle is weak to fireball. So because he keeps hitting around, it's really hard to match the rock hexad on him. Since he knows any means rising king. We're good, the link's up. Sally,
boy. Oh, doesn't have much health left. Once Wingle is dead, it's pretty easy.
Oh yeah. She's not a threat, Wingle is though. Wingle is always a threat. Yeah, here's how broken Fireball is. Against a boss and fire, it's better to use Fireball.
Well, he's not weak to. Oh, he's not resistant to fire.
He's not, but his Fireball is better than his weakness.
Yeah. Although Rock Hexad can do like 2,000 damage like twice, get like the double hit.
Nah, she just does nothing. She just straight up doesn't fight.
He does nothing? Oh, wait, oh, Pressa?
Yeah, Pressa does nothing. She just takes so many hits, stands there, constantly use fire will, retaliation attack, and just stands there.
And his speech.
Also, she's on fire.
As mana dramatically increased, there can be only one reason: a booster.
No, that wasn't.
That girl is on fire.
This is like the only time I'm actually gonna go into, except for earlier when I equipped the hard hat, this is the time that I actually go into the equip menu. Give Rowan an item that increases his crit chances. And I also...
And Milla, better equipment.
Yeah, I also equipped the holy symbol on Milla because why not? It gradually restores HP and I'm already on the cursor anyway.
It's actually funny. Upgrading Milla's equipment means literally giving her hand-me-downs from other characters. Because they're just better than what...
Also, Rowan has the feather coat, which I think has wind resistance, which is good for the next boss.
Anyways, now that we talked to the king and retaliates by trying to kill us, now we have permission to use the wyverns.
Yeah, so we can get on with the game.
Yeah, we're doing this little side plot here with the war and everything.
At first we had to win a tournament, then we had to get permission from the king. Now we can head to Fenmont, finally. Or so we think.
Head back to Fenmont.
Because nothing bad happens when you're in the air, right? The smooth flight on dragons.
And anime cutscene.
Or we can just get hit by this thing.
You'll pay for what you did.
This is our own turf. We can't lose.
So this boss was a jerk. Shouldn't be a jerk if you want.
Also, earlier you saw me equip Milla with the intelligence skill. Some skills actually like boost stats. Intelligence, I believe, increases art damage and also increases, I want to say increases burn chances. And when a character is linked with a character that has a stat boosting skill like intelligence, that character gets it as well. And if both characters like have the skill and are linked with each other, it stacks for even more intelligence or whatever stat.
So I see as his boss, whenever he triggers his Iron Will skill, he just spins to win. All his goal in the whole fight is literally just keep him stuck with spinning forever. Never want him any mistake. Or getting caught on fire. But once again, burn is really hard. It's percentage under it.
And every boss in the game is vulnerable to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
it's
we
crazy.
beat the king of the skies! That makes me the new ruler. Should we call you queen? On second thought, forget it.
I won't let.
Now, we need to let the wyverns heal, so we're just going to go around talking to our party members.
We don't even need them anymore. We could walk the rest of the way. We beat the king of the sky. Does that make Leia the queen of the sky? Oh yeah, magic is absolutely busted in this. Anyways, obligatory JRPG where where are you talking? Fighting word. You're going to.
Yeah, it's the last day of the marathon. But hey, this marathon I think was only supposed to. I think was to be a week long. It ended up being 11 days, so it's been very fun.
Thank you, people who stopped the scheduling game acceptance. They're off. Who doesn't like more game?
This is one of those cutscenes I talked about where I think it might be faster to just make the selections than to even bother skipping.
But yeah, anyways, now we get an important question.
We're finally heading to Fenmont.
Do we want to walk there ourselves? Do we want to take the cart, skip a long journey?
Well, you do have to walk a few screens. Plus, I'm actually going to pick up a chest here for materials. Not sure if any other runners knew about this chest. But otherwise, if you don't pick it up and you don't get any of the gathering points, you could have trouble with a shop menu later. It's not too out of the way.
Well, you don't really shop, to be honest.
And now, look at that. The impulse there, pressing start. Thanks, Lesterus.
Anyways, we're back to the beginning of the game. So we're still wanted criminals, by the way. We're still wanted criminals.
Isn't it like that in most Tales games? Like, I think Lloyd was wanted by the Desians in Symphonia. I think Yuri from Vesperia might have been a wanted criminal. It's a common thing in Tales games. Being wanted by the government. Or being wanted by enemy organization.
Anyways, we go back to where the last present was, and oh, hey, look, there.
And this one actually puts you right in front of the door. So this next boss that we're about to fight, he's a fire. In fact, she's the boss you saw me just utterly destroy earlier in the game, at the very beginning. But now we don't have Undine, so, and she's apparently gotten stronger. She's fire elemental.
And you've also gotten weaker. You don't have Undine to do all your work for you.
So what do we do on a boss that fire attacks?
We use Fireball. Because it's just the best shit
You seriously stink.
First I'm gonna take out these guys. They can be really annoying.
Whatever. Finally got rid of the damn
Yeah, she's also easier when she's solo.
Also, this is the first boss that can go into overlimit and use mystic arts, which we really don't want to see.
Right.
Overlimit basically means you can't combo her. You can just break out, and if she uses an arcane art, you can use a really dangerous attack. It wastes a lot of time, and in her case, I think it can actually inflict burn, which is just as bad for you as it is for the enemies.
You never want to see the item because she just straight up kills herself for a pot. But you can just also jump. Yeah, pretty good. This is a really nice combo. You got quite a lot here. What the heck's happening?
And there's the overlimit. And that's the arcane art.
When the boss goes over limit, you never want to get hit by a skill or else she lays in the art.
Unfortunately, Milla got hit. And, Rowan got burned. I'm actually gonna... Also, sometimes you have to actually turn off the auto items to be able to use an item yourself. Otherwise, for some, if you're under another item condition, an AI character will just queue up another item, and then you have to remember to turn it back on.
Oh, that's the way to turn it off and turn it back on. Also, this boss, fire element, not resistant to fire, to burn. Just sit around fire.
Another overlimit. Oh, and she summoned things.
Wow, man. I don't know where. Well, at least Leia dodged.
Okay, this guy's kind of getting in my way, even though I'm targeting. Alright.
Oh no, Lemon Gel got interrupted. Thank you, Milla, for that flash.
What's wrong?
Milla, I don't stink, do I?
No, you're totally fine.
Ah! Did I ask you?
Wasn't that
I
like
won't let...
one cigar? It's been a while. I do not remember these in the battle stations at all.
What you saw me do there is I used a fruit and cheese, which doesn't boost experience, but we don't really need the experience from these upcoming first fights, so we're just going to use this item to heal myself after every fight. And also I equipped a bunch of stat boost skills, including dexterity, which I believe increases crit chance, as well as art attack.
Yeah. But yeah, we're just getting to a bunch of forced counters. So it's not worth burning our
Feel the beat
And ride the rhythm.
Also, another thing of RNG is the victory animation. Like sometimes you get a really, really long, like, celebratory quote. You can't skip and
the
waste time.
The ones that their boss fights are fixed, but random encounters like this one.
Or forced fights like that one.
Random encounter.
That doesn't exist in Tales games.
What is this thing?
I admit I haven't seen anything like it before.
An art designed specifically for security. I've never seen such a thing.
I guess just walking through was too much to hope for.
Naturally. But this won't be enough to stop us.
So that.
I thought it was pretty good there.
What heck's at them?
How's that for an old
Rox's
man?
Hexad also takes a bit longer to get off, I think.
Yeah, it also does a ton more damage.
Oh, you saying I should use Rock Hexad against those guys?
I'm just saying you should never use failure detonation. The only positive failure detonation is that high burn, shooting a lot more fireballs at them. That doesn't really deal with high damage.
Alright.
Anyway,
Try it your way for once.
anyways, facing stupid giraffe thingy Final Fantasy 13
Stopping me. If I'd used Fatal Detonation, they would have been like trapped in the triangle. And it's like stopping me while I was getting that attack off.
Problem was you tried to aim.
I didn't try to aim. I moved it towards.
No, it aims by itself. Just let it go. You just gotta believe and let it rip.
I can't believe I'm visiting Orda Palace.
This isn't
Not
visiting.
every other Tales game remake. Oh god, these are annoying. It's a good JRPG tip. Fly, it's annoying.
Birds are here.
Also, so here's how. So I remember how Windlands work. It spawns an extra lance for every enemy the original one hits. So that's why it can sometimes bear the firewall.
Okay. Let's just take. For any of you Castlevania fans, you're gonna like the opening dialogue in this fight.
If you wish to fall
Oh yeah, we're playing the king now. The big bad guy.
Are you capable of such when your spear is dulled?
This spear has granted unity and resolve to this country, now and forever.
We shall see, old friend.
But enough talk.
There is no greater language than that of war.
Have at you.
So be it. It all ends here.
Not too bad, good. Not too bad, pretty good dialogue. Like I spent the entire whole limit trying to catch a single arm to run them straight.
Also, I think Elise at this point has intelligence and dexterity, which is why I'm linking with her. Another thing about linking is that if they run out of TP, they're not going to use... I don't think they use the orange shell immediately. First, they run towards you. They're linked. You. Ouch. Oh boy.
Oh no, it's a boss running at you. Never good.
Release! Tyrant Spear! Tyrant Spear! Grave Worm!
Oh, how? Ouch. Alright. Alright, we're back in business now.
Oh wow, that came out of nowhere. Gun for you there, wow. Should have gun for you.
Noctigal, you have lost. I request that you stand down.
That's what happens when a boss goes into overlimit. Luckily, he didn't get a Mystic Guard off. I had it.
Anyways, we beat the king. Yay. We beat the big bad guy.
This is the next screen is the one I have to move left on because there's a chair in front of you.
Anyways, you beat Noctigal. I don't know what happened to him. He dies.
He got killed by some force we couldn't see.
Yes. And then we go try and that's the present, and
My
it's not
stomach seems to
there.
be empty
Oh.
again. When do we eat?
Again with this one. Good.
Anyways, that was the big war.
I've no excuse for my performance. Age must have told.
Good performance. Poor fuel economy.
Yeah, they say these things when you have a bad fight.
It's always funny because sometimes dialogue gets so backed up it makes no sense.
Looks like all those
Anyways,
clouds are gathering
this is the
up.
fun part
My
of the
old
run
bones tell me it will be
because
a
we're
heavy
actually
rain
under
indeed.
leveled. Straight up under leveled. Watch us go from under leveled to over leveled attack. But yeah, it turns out the king was evil. His advisor, his evil advisor was the evil one behind everything. Gasp.
I'm all puffy and wet. I
Who would have
hate
thought
this.
it was the evil advisor that was evil all along?
Basically, the two nations, Rashagal and Dajul, are at war now, and so we're trying to stop the war.
And with tens of thousands
By
of soldiers
killing
on either side,
everyone
it looks
on
to be a
both
massive
sides.
one.
The game also has a mini-map, which is pretty nice.
So this mini map was the greatest thing ever. Allowed me to not look at my
Oh,
screen.
look how few life bottles I have.
Oh,
I had
Bird
one
noodles.
life bottle and one orange gel left at the end of that fight. A little too soon on pausing. Sometimes you have to actually move up a bit.
anyways, once again, more spicy chicken rolls, which doubles our experience.
Cutscene
Only
percent.
2
Well, I'd get bathroom breaks if we did cutscene percent.
They'd be quite long. Not gonna lie.
I forget to use this. Otherwise,
Look at this giant
the
plant.
rest of the run would be very
Wow.
difficult if
You
I
could
missed
use that.
the double
Shoo,
experience
don't splash
here.
mud on me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So now we're gonna go through a chain gauntlet of
10 battles.
battles in a row. Straight up like 12 battles in a row. But
Actually,
it counts
10.
as
I counted.
Oh, 10. But it counts one large battle. So the double experience is for the whole play. Whole battle. And you're fighting enemies on both sides of the war.
It also takes them like a second to even notice you.
Yeah, and we all just gang up for no reason. What the heck's wrong with you guys? If you go from killing each other to best buddies against you,
Why did it have to come to this?
Given obviously wants us dead, it is not particularly surprising given his past track record.
Also gotta be careful on these fights, because since you're killing enemies so fast, you gotta make sure Rowan's facing the right target.
oh yeah, on top of that, some of these battles, the battle goes on long enough more enemies.
Yeah, the enemy, not all the enemies start on screen, they spawn as you kill them.
Some enemies you can kill all of them fast.
If they were all on screen, we could probably kill them really fast with Windlands.
Make this quick.
I'm right
You're already that's a win lad. But yes, this fight brings us from under level to over level. Quite a few levels. It's fun.
Nothing. Better stay focused on the battle.
Once again, Winland sits really, really good against multiple target fireballs. That's
I'll take them down, no matter what.
Hey, you're pushing yourself too hard. Fall back and rest.
I'm okay.
I like a good catching
Still have a ways to go. I told you, I'm fine. Just focus on our
Look at that. They're just staring each other down. They immediately all turn around and roll a gun for you. So stupid.
I have your back. I can do this.
When will this end? We're so damn close.
Yeah, when will this end?
Come on. This isn't enough to take me down.
Alvin, are you sure you're alright?
Would I lie at a time like this?
That was a pretty good Winland.
That part of me is gone.
I'm sure that's a lie.
Gotta be serious sometimes.
Hey, come on, guys.
I don't know actually what affects the speed at which Rowan's fireballs come out. Is it the timing of when you hit the circle button?
Oh, that was insane.
I'm here.
You should be mashing the circle button anyways. It's no different.
Nothing but a sight that cuts down the dreams and lives of our youth. I take no pleasure knowing most of my years were.
And also, I may have mentioned this earlier, but by like canceling Rowan's spell like at the right time, you can like make it so that if she starts casting fireball after the fourth fireball is sent out.
Yeah, Rowan has a pretty long cooldown.
And he never runs out of TP. That's something that should be noted. Rowan never runs out of TP.
Yeah, fireball only costs 6 to use 4 fireball. So effective, so efficient, so powerful.
I think I might be able to get a third Windlands off here. Maybe not. They died just when I was still very good.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Windlands, hit them all at once.
This is so rough.
Don't worry. I got you back, Elise.
No one asked for your help.
You should be alright with that much energy.
Ouch. Yeah, he's that one was kind of close.
I'm here my way.
At least in this fight, since they will actually use items like at the start of the fight. They're like not necessarily in the middle of casting.
Hang in there.
I think this might be the last one.
You hear that? None of us will give up. Let's turn to blaze. Let's turn to blaze. Are you ready? Let's turn to blaze. Are you ready?
Look at that. 15,000 experience.
Why can't they just run to your fireball?
Now I'm gonna pick up some items here.
So yeah, now we're over level. They're just straight up too powerful. And now we get to face everyone's favorite Elite 3. They're not even 4 people, man. You can't even call it Elite 4.
Third is also a skill I give to Elise that increases the damage does, I think, when Tipo is on. Which is always on now that we have moral support.
And Rowan just got a skill that increases damage by increasing its cost. Oh no, Fireball costs 8. What shall we do? Anyway, this is a long fight. We fight 30 bosses at once. And once again, Wingo and Zhao are the most running enemies ever known.
Like no one to talk. It doesn't matter who stands in our way.
Now, you get really good rough. Exits here. This fight ends in like 30 seconds.
Alright. What was that you said about auto-targeting? It didn't work out like that.
My fault, you jumped. Not supposed to jump. Oh man, the window is going off.
Doesn't have much left though. Once you get out Wingle, fight gets easier.
Yeah, because Windows just straight up running.
Ouch.
I mean, Zhao is still a problem, but he's not as aggressive.
Okay, got Wingle out. I was about to do a link card on Zhao, but he died, so it's pointless now.
And with those two down, Pressa is literally
Can't imagine fighting them all at once.
We'd still win, no matter what.
That's right.
As long as
I'm...
Milla's around.
Yeah, so that wasn't...
Is there even supposed to be a member of the Elite Four here?
So now we have a fight that we're gonna actually fight Gaius. He's very strong, like really strong. Like even in casual play, if you grinded levels, you're probably still under level compared to Gaius. But guess what? You don't actually have to kill him.
It's a fight you could lose. I didn't know that. Spent all my resources in my casual playthrough just beating him. Also, you want to turn off auto items here, and then remember to turn it on later. Remember,
And yet, do you think you can handle us alone?
I think you're...
Nice. When you die before the dialogue finishes, it means it was good.
also you want to make sure you're constantly free running, so you don't auto guard and you take bonus damage for getting hit while running.
Yeah. You don't want to completely dodge his attacks.
No, just hold the free run button and run straight into him.
Or since we're playing on semi-auto, maybe just hit X, and they'll run towards the boss.
Nah, it's faster free run. Anyways, now the party gets split. Yay. Thankfully, we got the better half of the party. Because we are Milla as main character. We get Milla, Rowan, and Elite. Think about this. Our party is Milla, Rowan, and Elite. Think about who the other half is.
Yeah. No wonder so few people run Jude.
Jude gets the other half of the party. Your party is Jude, Alvin, and Leia. Think of the difference between the two parties right there. To mention, Jude is generally lower level at this point of the run.
And we have Alvin,
who's actually useful at that part of the run. It's actually useful. This Mystic Arc does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's fire elemental, right? And the boss is an ice boss.
Yeah, his Mystic Art is fire. The boss is two ice elements. Oh, never mind. It's Rowan, Elise,
and Leia.
Rowan, Leia.
Yeah, Elise is on
Milla.
the other side.
Oh yeah, this party is Milla and Rowan, which has been all you've done hour of the run.
29, really nice.
So remember, Milla's gear sucks.
Yeah, usually you end up with the Harpy Edge there, but since I got so many shop points, I got the Curse Breaker instead. I don't actually know why we buy a weapon for Milla. She never physically attacks. What does it do?
It boosts her magic stats as well.
It boosts her art attack? I thought so.
Yeah, the weapon boosts all your...
Makes sense since she doesn't actually get a weapon upgrade. Like all the other party members, I think, get weapon upgrades when they rejoin.
Yep, and armor too. Like I said, Milla's gear is literally just hand-me-down.
The only upgrade Milla gets is an art upgrade, which you'll see later. Also got to remember to turn auto items back on right now.
Yeah, always forget to do that.
I think it's actually better to just fireball these guys into Windlands since there's only 2 of them. I tried Windlancing before and I to kill him with 1. Oh, here's something I forgot to do. But I'll do it now before it's too late.
Forgot food. Oh, holy bottle.
Holy bottle and spicy chicken roll.
Oh, and you forgot to eat food. Okay.
Also, you can pick up a spicy chicken roll, like, in a chest. But the thing is, the game will only let you hold 1 food item at a time, or 1 food item of each type at a time. So if you already have a spicy chicken roll small in your inventory, for example, and you pick up a chest that has it, they won't let you take the item and you'll have to just put it back. But since I just used spicy chicken roll, actually I was supposed to do it before that fight, but the experience in that isn't that much, so it's not that big a deal. I'll get the experience back in the fights after.
Even flames can
it's just important to make sure you have it.
They seem plenty hot to
important to make sure you have it for the boss.
I'm sweating out of like
So
every
remember what we
pore.
were saying about boss being resistant to fire?
I was just checking to make sure I got this.
Guess what your best option in this fight? In a boss made of fire, resistant to fire, some fire adds that also resist fire.
How about Fireball?
Let's cast Fireball. You can burn the boss.
This boss can be really annoying because of those ads, but once you kill the ads, it's pretty straightforward. If you kill the ads, if they wreck you, this boss can move very fast also. Plus you can summon like another guy, like I think they're Dajins, they're called.
It's just funny though. It's like a boss made of fire, and you can burn it.
And of course, here she is casting a resurrection instead of a. Ouch. Happens. Oh boy.
Yeah, boss fights always.
All right, I think we're safe now. The fight can actually be dangerous when the ads are out, but since they're all gone, it's pretty straightforward. And we got a burn, so that'll make up some of the lost time. Oh, and he summoned another one. This game is awesome. I'm not at that. Two.
Oh my god, this boss has happened.
Seems just well.
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
No, that's not true.
Only in
Yeah,
marathons.
they gave a lot of bosses the ability to summon more ads in a fight. Honestly, quite excessive.
And when characters die, it can actually be dangerous because you only have a 3-character party. Another thing to note is, even though I have a holy bottle, if you touch an enemy, you can still get an encounter. You sometimes have to actually wait for the enemy to move out of the way.
It's in Symphonia where you walk through everything. I never used holy bottles when I ran this game. Didn't find it worth it.
Not even in Heliaborg Fortress?
I mean, it's pretty easy to dodge.
And remember that restore point I created earlier? Well, time to use some magic. Look, we're here. Also, when you do that, you gotta remember to walk backwards, because it positions you, like, as if you were coming out of that area.
Anyways, the party now reunite. With some nice new gear.
Also, Jude can tether with Muse now, but we're not going to do that.
I forgot what music even did.
It's not even useful in casual play.
I don't remember her doing anything.
And you don't even have her for very long. Like, you have her a little longer on Jude's side, but...
Anyways, plots. I have no idea what's happening. Also, I usually walk.
We're learning about there being another world out there called Olympias.
I usually walk to that save point because I'm in the way. Like, well, there goes all that
basically
time save.
People, the man that was influenced Noctigal is from Olympias, and he's trying to take the spirits from Rizamaxia to replenish a dying planet that lost all of its energy through the use of Spyrix.
Because that's a planet without any spirits. Straight up no spirits. Also, you're now teaming up with the guys who literally tried to kill you too long.
that Alvin's acting
Gaius isn't a
kind of
bad
weird.
guy. I see him as more of an
Alvin's weird.
anti-hero. He wants to
I'm not
protect
saying
his
he's a bad guy.
people.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying he just tried to kill you.
As I always say, the snowfall sure is getting heavy.
Perfect weather for an infiltration.
I actually hate this enemy. Ah. Like, I've never been able to, like, squeeze through there. Like, I usually, I have to wait for the enemy to despawn, which that's what happens when you have a holy bottle. When they're running from you for a long time and they don't go anywhere, eventually they just vanish.
Milla, the castle is this way.
But sometimes I wonder if it's actually faster to just take the encounter of Chicken Run and to literally wait for the
Encounters take forever.
Eh. I figured.
Encounters always take forever.
Now for a series of battles that, guess what, are going to take a matter of seconds.
I'm just saying, when we were practicing up our golf break, this is when they got really fun with Leah, because I found out she could fly.
A most excellent rhythm.
I can't.
And at this point, I stopped trying to kill the enemies and started trying to drag them to the moon. So it became a nice fun war of attrition in which two people would actually kill everything, while the other two were trying to drag the enemies far away from them.
My sword rings
Just keeps.
Prepare yourself.
Ooh, it's a boss fight. This should take like at least a minute, right?
Yeah, Ivar, why you gotta ruin everything? Oh yeah, you guys are big, giant.
10 seconds.
Good job,
What a
Alvin.
boss.
Here's your reward.
Is it even a boss?
Well, it has the boss fight music. Oh, we gotta go around talking to people. Because apparently, Guys isn't ready to take us Dylan. Two. And what's really weird is that they play the boss fight music in this next battle, but it's just enemies you fought in regular fights. Just 3 of them.
I don't think at this point you can use music to determine what the boss. Like asking if crouching sword
That
is
was
a
a little
glitch
too
with
easy. Yeah, we
or
need
crouch
a
down.
real challenge.
Now, probably hardest maze of the run, I would call it. Or at least the hardest to memorize. The ESS Zenithra, or as some would like to call it, the Jazz Ship.
Only if it's smooth. Only if it's smooth.
Possible to take those out in one wind lance if you get a good monster formation. What's funny is in this next cutscene that I'm gonna skip, Tipo tries to go into the electric door and like gets shocked. Oh, see if I remember how to get through this.
Alvin, you must have been some
Optimally.
kind of celebrity if you were on a ship this grand.
If you go like the wrong way, eventually you'll hear something like where they say the enemy has infiltrated the fourth sector, and then they'll send more monsters into the areas you're heading.
Yeah, it's a set timer. That's pretty good. So if you're fast enough, you can avoid this area.
We're walking, I might as well just say now, this game is actually very casual friendly compared to other Tales games. Gives you a lot of tutorials early on, which like earlier Tales games didn't do, and kind of just expected you to learn everything on the fly. Although they did have a battle book, it wasn't that descriptive. Also, quality of life things like the auto item system and free running make it a lot easier to pick up if you've never played a Tales game and want to start with them. This is a good choice, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy to get down. Not too complicated, honestly.
I'm not even talking about for a speedrun. I'm just talking like getting into the series.
Yeah, casually. And even though we complain about the Iron Well mechanic, it
The barrier
too
bar
much
should
casual
be
play.
gone now.
Let's return to the central hall.
And the link to our art system is very fun. Fun fact, every time you get out of those warps, you just have to move left.
The enemy has infiltrated the port sector. We need to reinforce the portside defenses.
Port sector, roger that. We're sending additional troops your way.
Yeah, so this last screen is going to have some extra monsters. is where a holy bottle can come in handy. These areas are very narrow. But it always happens by the time you get through here. You'll always have monsters when you go through this and then the next. And now...
Still more? How big is this stupid boat?
We're getting to another boss fight, which can go really well or can get really scary. Because they have a very dangerous link dart.
It's funny, there's two bosses in this fight. One's a spirit, one's a dude with a gun. Dude with a gun is really dangerous because his gun can spawn a giant laser. And lasers are dangerous.
It's time I got rid of you once and for all. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing.
I won't let you harm Master. Out of our way.
Wait, dude's right.
And the spirit is very fast and can knock you down pretty easily.
Thankfully, she's weak fire.
You really want to take... I think you want to take out Dylan first.
Oh yeah, you always want to up. Ideally, you want to aim up. She does nothing.
And so that if you get a burn on Gillen, you get a burn on Celsius.
Yeah, so Celsius stands next to Gillen and does nothing. Oh, the most part about them making.
Well played.
Yes, this is the evil scientist.
And that's was I think the dangerous move I was talking about. Oh no, I don't think that wasn't the Link version, but that is
screw you later. Put him out. Screw you later.
Ouch. Ooh, but we just got him. Alright. Good. And we got a burn. Uh-oh! He's safe.
Yeah, when bosses go over limit, you get hit, you just want to die. Oh yeah, ideally anyways.
A power matching that of the Great Spirits.
The power of Spyrite.
Doesn't matter.
I stopped to revive Elise there because I just wanted to be certain that she got experience. And now, well, we think we've saved the world. We've saved the spirits, but, looks like, we're all about to die. And apparently Milla did die. So we're in the spirit world now. And we don't really know what to do. In fact, Milla has no memory at all. If she has her spirits back, but she doesn't have any knowledge of her identity. And the game doesn't really tell you what. And the game doesn't really tell you what to do.
Yeah, I think she sacrifices herself to destroy the lands, which brings the spirit world as a spirit or something like that.
And the game just tells you to go wherever you want.
Yep.
So I feel like going back to Neokara. Just for a second.
Also, she gets a really interesting outfit. Also, you're now in green tinted world. Everywhere.
Ooh, look, it's one of those rare monsters that in casual play can give you a lot of experience, and this one is just blocking my way.
Oh, blocks.
I think they're called Bakuras.
Here's all messed up.
He's really gunning you down.
If you say one more word about that, you'll be telling this story from the bottom of the sea.
So what I just did there was I created a restore point.
But on the plus side, we had the spirits. We had the 4 great spirits again.
Well, you have really good movement. You can get through like the next map area still with the holy bottle, but because I got stumped by that Bakura, I'm probably gonna lose it like halfway through. But it's a world map area, so it's not that hard to avoid enemy encounters. As I get through the Kajara Sea Falls bottle. Safe. Yes, this is PG-13. I know Milla is naked, but let's keep the chat clean.
Not naked. They're all... It's just spirit armor.
Also, when you beat the game, you unlock this as a costume for Milla if you beat it on Milla's side. If you beat it on Jude's side, you unlock his doctor outfit. Those are like the only 2 in-game costumes, because Namco wanted money, so they locked most of the costumes behind DLC.
Town. That's why I always make their fruit so sweet.
What a pain. We could fly there in a heartbeat if we just tethered up.
If you're in that much of a hurry, Sylph, feel free to go ahead without us.
But yeah, this has been practically a new world, despite the fact it's the old world but with green tint.
So after all this walking, spirits decide that we should go back to Neokara. Which is why I made that restore point earlier, so I could just warp. Because who wants to walk all the way back, right? And now, for like 20 seconds, the spirits are going to be taken from us because, well, turns out Muse is actually... He was the one that attacked the boat. He's the reason that Milla is now dead. And now he wants to prevent us from coming back. Oh, and by the way, Milla is not actually Maxwell.
Oh yeah, Mila's not actually Max. She's just a normal human girl.
She was raised to think she was Maxwell, so that organizations like the one led by Gillen would come after her and not the real one.
Yeah, what an amazing...
Now we're coming up on the last really hard fight of the run.
Ah, Muse is easy. I never had trouble with it.
I mean, you can play it safe, but I mean, what I do is, like, when she overlimits, I use a syrup bottle in case she gets her arcane art off, because it can inflict burn.
Oh, I just never got hit.
It's easy. Just don't get hit.
It's quite easy to dodge. It's quite easy to dodge. Just run around in a circle.
Is it? I disagree. I think it's hard. I think it's easier to just block.
No, just run around in the circle around her. It completely misses. You just run around her. It's honestly not that hard to dodge. Also, you gotta get that spicy chicken rolls.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting until I get up there to get the full amount of the holy bottle.
So this is Milla's story where you do this.
Oh, I don't think I was supposed to use that.
Weird.
Whoops. Made a mistake. I was not supposed to use the spicy chicken roll. I was supposed to use something else.
You can always buy more.
Yep.
But yeah, at this point you have too much money to do anything with. So,
good thing I'm rich now. This is what I wanted to use. Spicy chicken roll I saved for,
But yeah, Milla is solo in this part. Meanwhile, story. The entire party runs around or something. I have no idea what to do at this point.
They're looking for Maxwell.
But hey, you have all the spirit. Yay, Milla is back to being broken. No more spam smashing. At least indeed.
That's like a quick kill move she has. Fortunately, she did it at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, most importantly, you want to be not
Then she guarded.
Also, contrary to what you do, what most guys with their state, the visionary charge can't hit. It is the actual move that does damage.
Elemental him! Elemental him! Elemental him!
Ouch. So what is that you saying about Muse not being hard?
It's not hard.
He has this quick kill combination that can just instantly...
Just don't get hit. I never had an issue with this fight. I never had an issue with this fight. really want to get her into a loop where she can hand sharp the petals. That would
I'll
definitely
rip you apart.
do it correctly. Or she spams Sunlit.
Here's what can happen if you're burned when this happens. This always brings you down to like 1 health, I think.
I won't accept
If you're
any
burned, it
apologies.
instantly kills you.
Goodbye. Stumblet. Goodbye. Stumblet.
Ooh, oh my god.
It's the end of the road.
As soon as she stuns you, you're dead.
Yeah, this fight could be rough if aren't careful.
Sometimes she can outright dodge it. Ouch.
I'll rip you apart.
I mean, the key to dodging elemental him is running as close to her as possible.
Your fatal prison awaits. Evaporation. I won't accept any. My apologies.
He's kind of fast too. If you're using an item that gives her like a chance.
That's enough. Sharpened whip. Die.
Ah, I survived.
I'll rip you
Okay.
apart.
And she's
Fall to
critical.
eternity into the dark abyss. Gravity well. Elemental hymn. Elemental hymn. Yeah. That's enough. Binding fear. That's enough. This can't be.
That was very close. Am I strong?
And she's dead, yay.
Only took 5 tries. She has that instant kill move where she does the blades like across and then it knocks and then she does sharpen whips and it can like kill you from even from full health.
Anyways, in order to resurrect yourself from the spirit world, all you gotta do is mount. That's literally it. Climb up.
Please move. Oh boy.
That's the reason I never like balls it. Run it really. Actually.
warrior monster. They got around it this time.
This is it. We use the light here at the sun.
And now we're gonna get our party back. And they're all pretty high level with better equipment. Where I wanted to use the spicy chicken roll.
Oh, now we fight Max. Yay, Maxwell. This guy can be annoying. If you do. So everyone's favorite move is in everyone's favorite arsenal. Meteor Storm. Meteor But we fight the big baddie, Maxwell.
Everyone, there is nothing to fear.
This fight can go really well, or if he gets over limit and uses his mystic art, he can go badly.
Maxwell has a fun mechanic for it.
You can also use a. Also, we're going to start using a dangerous move called Sunburst, or we could start seeing rather. We don't want to see it, but it basically sends fire all across the field, and pretty much have to magic guard it, or you're going to get burned.
Yeah, Maxwell starts on fire, so he just kind of
I think he can only use his mystic art in a certain phase, right?
When you overlive it.
Oh, he doesn't have to be like of a certain element?
Yeah.
And also, we've replaced Slash with Undine.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
I heard
Milla
a
actually does
voice.
damage now.
It called out to me and said,
If I do damage, she does a lot of damage. She also eats a lot more TV.
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna see a lot more orange gels getting used. Now we've made it to Olympias.
Yay, we reached the second world in the game. It's hard to believe that there's almost no game left.
Apparently there are only a few locations in this big giant world, right?
Yeah, really sad. This is when you can tell the game was really rushed, because what feels like should be the halfway point of the game is actually just
really
climax.
great, Rowan.
Why, thank you.
Probably why they made a sequel.
Sadly, the game had to get rushed so they could release it for the 50th anniversary sales.
It was past the 15th anniversary by the time it came out in the States.
This is the Olympian city of Triglyph.
In fact, it took for a long time. It took
visitors
a
from
long.
Riza,
A
Mexico.
lot of Tales games didn't even get localized, like Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Innocence, and others like Graces and Xillia
So
took
this is the
a few
world
years
that
to
Max-
actually come in.
and yet, I can't help but want to.
But it appears that is changing now. And the wrong.
This lamp is casting light without channeling spirits.
This holy bottle, it'll probably wear
How could
off
they have possibly built a city
at the
this
beginning
size
of the
without
third
using
screen,
spirit arts?
maybe earlier.
It's almost frightening.
Because I had to go back and replace that spicy chicken roll. Used.
What a dreary landscape.
So yeah, welcome to the new world. It is a barren wasteland. Literally a barren wasteland.
Yeah, we're off just as I left the second screen. How much extra walking I did. At least this rare monster won't come after me. Rare monsters actually run away from you.
Yeah, they're basically the middle stages of the game. They're hard to beat. Take forever. You grind do a lot of experience.
I was like right in front of the entrance. And now we have a very linear area with hallways where enemies are just in your way all the
It's like a
time.
city in and of itself.
Out of my way.
And now we get quite soon. Oh yeah, this is pretty annoying because it gets two enemies right together.
You actually have to like move like to the right of each exit because that's where the stairs are.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
Sorry.
afraid of the dark.
Otherwise you're just running into a wall.
We're counting on you, Elise.
Also, every area looks.
I'm still scared.
Hey, get off me. You can't hide there.
So anyways, Milla has come to terms that she is not. She is Milla now.
So what? That's not enough to stop us.
So apparently, so I guess I'll just say what's going on in the story. Gaius and Yuze have now teamed up and now are planning to destroy every Spyrex in Olympias. And even though we've been enemy of Olympias this whole time, now all of a sudden Jude and Milla want to help save the planet.
Oh yeah, and down the death from this mech as well. Because it's so easy going with
This boss can inflict burn, by the way.
Yeah, just combination fire and wind, I think.
And he just summoned something.
Yeah, because why not? Summon that.
And look, he's bouncing! Huh. Went away.
Okay, we finally stopped it.
Everyone all right?
Yes, somehow.
All the electric
Once in
shocks may have
practice,
helped my
I
blood circulation.
had some characters die at the end of the fight because of burn, so I just wanted to be extra careful. I don't know exactly what affects how fast burn wears off.
I think it's static. I think it just lasts the
So it's just a constant time frame. There's no stat that like affects it.
same. I think it doesn't last too long.
I think Psych is the stat that helps resist ailments.
The hill where Balin found us was just past Helioborg Fortress.
Let's take a look. Maybe we'll find a clue that will help us get back.
And the last map walk of the game.
Look, something green for once.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect to see a big forest anytime soon. I don't understand. The spirit fossil came off. How is she able to...
In the last shop. You can actually skip this cutscene as soon as you hear the in music start.
I don't particularly
Alright, now
enjoy
that we're
having to
done with
fight,
Road.
but I am starting to feel a little useless right now.
Short, right? It's time to go to the final dungeon.
Oh, and by the way, you know how we haven't really used Jude since the beginning of the game? Well, now we have to start using him again, because...
Oh, look how many points we have to use.
Oh yeah, we have to go all the way through his Lilium Orb.
Because he's forced to the final dungeon. Also, there's really no end game at all. It's like...
Look how much we have.
Just imagine doing this instead of following everything.
I imagine you have to do something like this to Alvin in the Jude speedrun for that fight.
Oh, no. Like after a while, give up on saying level up everything. The Lily Orb was a interesting idea, but it's really interesting.
Also, I picked up an Omega Elixir for safety.
Check out my awesome new duds.
Not bad.
What a crazy place, but that's okay.
Also, this monster ignores your holy bottle because you're not quite at the level to make it work. And now you fight the last remaining member of the Chimeriad because all the others are dead.
Presumably, nobody knows what happened. I don't know what happened.
Zhao sacrifices himself when Gillen attacks everyone in Fezville Marsh, and Tressa and Agria die on Jude's side, while Milla is in spirit.
Yeah, I never did that for you. Shit. Anyway, fight Ringo again, because they're once again, Ringo is always... So.
Okay. Forget about a rock hexad, I just gotta kill him. He is... And he just went over limit. So I'm actually gonna unlink to safety. He gets someone with that mystic art. Now I can get him.
In order for the enemies to be eliminated,
it actually doesn't matter if anyone dies on this fight. We're pretty much done leveling up.
Yeah, at this point, only his food just hung up his stats so his fight can go a bit smoother.
Boss is not cooperating.
Yeah, when this will have great, to be honest here.
I wish we had met under different circumstances.
Rowan. Oh, I can't.
Not yet.
Ideally, you want to damn light spear over and over again, so he's moving.
I also wanted to kind of move up my link gauge, because we're actually going to be using link darts and even a mystic art in last 2 boss fights. Also, I'll pick up an hourglass here for insurance. So, everyone splits up now, and Milla is all alone. Get Jude back pretty quickly, but everybody else, we don't know when we're gonna get them back. So we're forced to just fight with Milla and Jude in the meantime.
It's fine. Milla is a monster.
Also,
and
move.
with all those new skills, you actually have some really powerful link. Some really powerful arts in general.
This one is mine. No! 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 Behold our power.
Alright, Muse 2.
Thankfully, this time it's 2-on-1.
I suppose
So
you
this
won't
fight
just
goes a
step
lot
aside
smoother.
for us.
Of course not. Why should I follow any of your requests?
Very well then.
Right here with you.
I don't understand. Why are you always treated differently? Why is it always you?
Ah, missed.
I'll rip you apart.
I didn't have enough TP. Ouch.
All shall be purged. Eternity calls upon you. Your fatal prison awaits. Evaporation.
Not yet.
I won't accept any apologies.
Hey, don't give up. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Also, I think they have ear or uh-oh. Ouch. Sucks.
I suppose you won't just step aside for us.
Of course not. Why
That's a
should I
real-
follow any of your requests?
Very well then.
Right here with you.
I don't understand. Why are you always treated differently? Why is it always you?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Let's go. My light.
Don't want to run out again.
Lost focus.
Don't give up.
Elemental hymn! Elemental hymn! Elemental hymn! Elemental hymn! Elemental hymn!
What happened?
How careless of me.
A burn now.
Fools!
Jude, thanks.
I won't accept any apologies.
Final Fury!
my god, he actually uses it. Your damage output is quite pathetic. Quite pathetic.
You think the damage output sucks on that?
It's not fireball damage.
We don't have fireball.
That sounds like a you problem.
One wrong step and it's all over.
True. But isn't that sort of danger just business as usual at this point?
In fact, we don't know where any of our party members are, and we're about to go into the final fight without them. What's gonna happen? We're gonna have to fight the final boss with just 2 party members, right? What happened to working as a team? Well, final fight, Gaius and Muse.
With just your 2 party members. I like how it gives you a warning. This is the final fight. No save points anywhere.
They make you do the whole thing without a save point, actually.
No.
Everything from up before Wingle.
Yeah, so you can't screw yourself over.
Also, I guess for like a clear save thing.
Anyways, this fight's on a timer every couple of seconds. No, I think it's fairly obvious when the first party member come in.
And look, they all use mystic arts.
I know, right?
Cool, because we never used mystic arts in the run, so we get to see him here.
I have arrived.
Watching you don't try to go whatsoever.
I must say, it feels good when others rely upon you.
Truly a pity. Of all people, I expected you to at least follow the right path.
Rowan's in the party, or Rowan's in the party.
I am no different from everyone else here.
Oh, AI trust.
Your age won't matter when I strike you down.
I plan to see the future. I hate to break expectations.
Now, in this fight, usually gets 1 guaranteed revival, and Gaia, and usually can revive each other.
Hey, let me handle this.
Oh look, it's useless Alvin. He's probably gonna die in 1 attack.
What's Alvin doing here? He's usually the last one to come out.
Hey, did I keep you waiting?
You sure did.
Not to turn off auto by them.
I don't think I've ever seen Alvin come out.
Gaius, don't you see that he's just...
He usually also has a bad attack that can, like... Don't need Alvin.
I like how you literally just one shot.
And I'm not ready.
Oh wow. Because... Although, we're gonna get a party member in a second.
I can do this! I hope. Lock on target! Charge complete! Fire! It's gonna hurt!
Alright, bye Alvin. Bye, Alvin.
We made it! Hey, you guys still alive?
Yeah, normally Alvin's supposed to be the last one to come in. Well, it makes no sense why it was.
This is actually how it happens regularly for me in my runs.
Weird.
Know my pain. We do! We really, really do! But I finally found my...
I think it's supposed to be like based on how often you jump, I guess. Well, because you link up with Alvin a lot, I never really link up with any other characters that come out later.
It's enough from you!
Meanwhile, in my run, I always link up with the other character. Hey, the most broken item in the game, the artist. It balanced it by giving none of them low damage. And here's Leia, final party member.
Sorry I'm late.
Glad you're okay.
Are you ever gonna stop worrying about me?
Also, time should be coming up soon.
But for now, we can use your help.
Why do you fight against us when you know very well the instability of Spyrite?
It's simple. I'm living my life as I see fit. And
I remember my best fight, in my best final fight ever. I managed to kill them for hours and he became invisible. But yeah, usually has now been killed twice. So all that's left to kill Gaius. There's our good old buddy Fireball. And because this is the final fight, there's no reason not to do any of those tricks down that main elixir.
Very important you're not linked when this happens, because if someone gets killed by this attack, their link partner gets used.
Don't disappoint.
And time is after the results screen.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Victory's ours.
We did it!
Milla!
Yes, it's finally over.
And that last second resurrection too.
Time.
And that's a GG. A nice group photo for the enemy.
Maxwell! Once again, it's all gone. I've lost everything.
Your vision of the future offers nothing
Thanks,
but
Bach
suffering
Form.
to the people.
Thank you,
Whether
everyone,
spy
for the...
rights are perfected
Thanks,
or not.
Papa.
Even if we unite the two worlds, it is pure fantasy to think that they will cooperate with one another.
Maybe you're right. Maybe my dreams for the future are hopelessly naive. But still, Milla never stopped believing in me. And so did you, Gaius. Didn't you?
And what does any of that matter now?
I may appear to be talking tough now, but I was scared witless throughout this entire journey. I'm still just a small, frail human. But you know what? I will get stronger. I want you to believe in me.
Humans strive to become stronger. They constantly struggle to grow more for the sake of others. They rise to the occasion. This fills me with hope for the future, one that is filled with possibilities. I cherish it.
And it looks like we're a half hour low estimate.
I do not.
Yeah, this game could be
With
rough.
all of these possibilities of yours,
Just barely missed sub 330.
forced to rise again.
But I didn't have a timer anyway, so it's not like I was going to submit this.
Is it better than my PP? Probably.
You won't have to do anything.
Music. If living alone is too painful for you, then come join us.
Thank you.
I see that you have made up your mind.
Yes.
Milla.
What are you talking about?
I have decided to become Maxwell.
So that was your plan. Now, if you so desire, Milla, you may use the schism's mana to become human again. I see. Keep watch over the spirits.
Wait!
Jude, I'm afraid this is farewell. Our fates were always intertwined in mysterious ways. Thank you for everything.
Hold on! I'm sorry for all the times I was weak. But now, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Milla! Elise wants you to know that she loves you tons! Of course I do too!
been a pleasure.
Yeah, other than
You never told
having
us.
so much trouble with Muse, this was a pretty good run. Solid.
Yeah, a lot of first
I'm ready.
fights.
I think that was actually I think that and Muse 2 were the only fights I died on.
Just music.
Yep, just Muse. Personally, Guys Muse is one of my favorite final boss fights in all the RPGs I've played. Yeah, I think it was 4 or 5 deaths to Muse.
Yep. 4 deaths, I think.
It was 5th try.
Milla, everything's all right.
From now on, I am Milla Maxwell, the Lord of the Spirits. I will be okay.
Yeah, the ending kind of just shows you what happens to all the party members.
I got your letter, but I can't say that I have very much to report.
What a big knucklehead.
In fact, I think a lot of Tales games do that.
Well, maybe one thing. A friend invited me to start a business with him. We're thinking of ways to connect Riza Maxia and Olympias. Doesn't sound like me though, huh? Here's to a great partnership. Don't forget to swing by and say hi.
I have big news! I'm no longer pursuing nursing. So for now, I'm helping out at my family's lodge.
Nice, after skipping so many cutscenes, we actually get to see some, right?
Are you okay there, Leia?
Sure. Thanks a
Well,
lot.
thanks for having me. I'm gonna head off.
Alright.
Later.
Thank you very much for
But I
helping
do
out
have
with
a dream
Commentary
now.
PX.
No problem.
I want to settle down and start a family that cares for each other, just like Mom and Dad. I'll definitely do my best. I don't know if things will work out, but I've got to try. Sleep tight. Ellie, your friends are here. Okay, I'm coming. I have news. I'm going to the same school that Trisal graduated from. So, what do you think of him? I even made some friends there, but I'm still not very comfortable when it comes to talking. You're so funny, Elise. Even so, I still love being able to spend time with them.
Gaius awaits the day when the promise we made to him becomes a reality. For my part, I am enjoying my new life here. Very well then, that concludes today's lesson.
Oh, hey, sorry about that. I got hurt. I'm glad that all of you are doing so well. I've been swamped with my research lately. Hey, sorry. And the results, well, they've been mixed. Still, slowly but surely, more and more people are beginning to realize the Spyrite's potential.
Oh. Milla! Milla!
I am proud of the path I have chosen.